Okay. So after discussing the most important tips, key points about listening and speaking, now I think it's the time to practice. So now we are going, Malak, to listen to a certain prompt 3 times. Okay. The videos that are going to be shown now, they are going to speak the prompt 3 times. Okay. If you don't understand the prompt for the first time, absolutely, you still have 2 chances just to listen to the question or the prompt carefully, and then you have to speak up. Okay?
Okay.
So let's begin. Okay, before starting practicing, this is the exact picture that is going to be shown. Now listen to the question and speak for at least 30 seconds. These are the number of chances that I have just to replay the prompt. Okay, now I think we have to start practicing.
Describe a major decision you have taken in your life. Was it the right decision? Describe a major decision you have taken in your life. Was it the right decision? Describe a major decision you have taken in your life. Was it the right decision?
Okay.
Okay, is the question clear?
Okay, describe a major decision.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I have 90
Seconds.
seconds.
To
Okay.
okay. Wait, Malak, because it's the first time, I'm not going to specify 90 seconds to finish answering the prompt. Take your time, but please, you have to consider that you only have 20 seconds. Okay? Maximum.
Mm.
Okay, so you can start speaking.
Okay. The major decision that I take is to leave. Okay, I have to be fast, right? Mm. Okay. The major decision that I take is to leave my country and to go to another country for be with my favorite person. I think it was a good decision because everyone needs someone to be with him, but sometimes I feel it's not the best decision because I'm very close to my family. Sometimes I miss them and I need them, especially there's no one here can be supportive for me or be good for me. So I think it's not the best decision because there are negative sides for him.
Okay, thank you so much. Okay, first of all, please, Malak, don't repeat anything you have already said, because you said the major decision that I take twice. Don't repeat. Don't lose your time. Please, you have to exploit every single second you have in speaking. Everything that is said, do not repeat it. Please go ahead and complete speaking, but don't repeat. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. Thank you so much. But absolutely now, my job is to show you the mistakes that you have made. Let me open this file and let's discuss the mistakes. And please, Malak, every mistake we are discussing, you have to avoid.
Okay, so I have 90 seconds to speak. I have to stay 90 seconds to speak.
No, as I told
The
you,
whole
minimum.
90 seconds.
Wait, Malak. The minimum amount of time is 30 seconds. If you fully answering the question, you can press next. maximum, you have to speak for 90 seconds, 1 minute and a half.
Mm.
Okay? But
Okay.
take this piece of advice. Please, if you have 90 seconds, you can add a certain reason. You can add another example because absolutely
Mhm.
you have to speak about reasons, examples, results, causes,
Mhm.
effects. If you feel that the time is not up, is not finished, please don't stop speaking because
Mhm.
saying more examples is really better than saying only one example, or maybe mentioning two reasons is really better than only mentioning one reason. So please try to speak up and exploit every single second. I don't advise my students just to speak only for 30 seconds and just to press next for the next
Mm.
module. Please don't do so. Okay? If you want to get absolutely extra marks and a good band, you have to show to the listener that you are really professional in speaking and you want to add extra information. And let me tell you that you have to fully answer the prompt. Okay?
Okay.
So please, okay. If you remember in the beginning, you said the major decision that I take.
Yeah, I
Oh,
started like
uh-huh.
that.
Okay. If you notice the prompt, the person who said the prompt, he said, was it the right decision? When he said was, absolutely, he is talking about a certain decision you made in the past. So please, you have to use the simple past tense, not only the
Okay.
simple past tense. The simple past tense, you can use the past continuous tense, the past perfect. But so you have to say the
I
major
took.
decision that I took in the past. Okay?
Okay. Okay.
Okay. You said, okay, the major decision that I took is for be with my favorite person. Can I say such a thing?
Is to be.
Yes, exactly. So the decision was is to be with my husband, for example, or my
Mm.
favorite person. Okay? Not for be, you have to say to be. Okay?
Okay.
After that, you said everyone need.
Needs.
Exactly. Don't forget that everyone is indefinite pronoun. And all the
Mm-hmm.
time, please, Malak, with indefinite pronouns, you have to use the singular verb, not the plural. Let me remind you about the most important indefinite pronouns, just like everyone, someone, somebody, anybody, okay? No
Anyone.
one.
Mm.
Exactly. So these pronouns are called indefinite pronouns. Please be careful because you have to deal with them and you have to act as they are singular but not the plural.
Mm.
Okay? So please avoid repeating these mistakes because absolutely these
I
mistakes
feel
are.
more comfortable when I write something, but when I speak, I feel like I'm a little bit nervous. I can't focus on everything, vocab and verbs.
Do you
How
know
can
why,
I
Malak?
help myself?
Okay.
Why?
First of all, if you want to write anything, you have your own time just to think about the answer. You can
Mm.
edit, you can erase, you can add something because you have really enough time. But in speaking, you don't have enough time. This is the
Yeah.
problem. And the second thing, you don't have to forget, Malak, keep practicing. Now, I'm not, keep in mind that in the beginning, I was a student and I committed too many mistakes in English. Even now, to be honest, even now, I'm committing really many mistakes when I want to use the English language. Why? Because first of all, Malak, the English language is not our first language. It's not our mother language. This is number one. Number two, please, you have to think fast about the best vocab, the best grammar rule you have to use before you speak. Okay?
Okay.
Don't forget, if you commit any mistakes while speaking, correct yourself immediately. Okay?
Okay.
This is number 2. Number 3, if you want to speak fast, you will never be able to speak correctly, even if you are a really professional speaker. Even the native speakers, if they want to speak fast, they will commit mistakes. Please speak. I'm not going to tell you that too really much slowly, but speak slowly. Notice the way I'm speaking right now. You have to speak as I'm speaking right now. Don't rush the things up. Don't speak too really slow, because absolutely you have only 1 minute and a half. And don't speak really fast. Don't think that if you want to speak fast, you will be professional. Please, it's not like this.
Yeah, sure.
Okay?
Okay.
So now let me go back to the picture, and absolutely I have to show you the best answer about this prompt. Okay, so now let's try to take a look at this sample answer. Absolutely, the prompt is describe a major decision you have taken. This is present perfect. Please, I cannot use the simple past. In your life, was it the right decision? Now, a really important decision I have made. Notice that I stuck with the tense. And I use recently because recently is one of the keywords of the present perfect. And notice that I'm talking about the most recent decision, because I know that too many decisions I've made in my life. I'm not talking about that decision that you made 10 years ago. I need the most recent one. Okay?
Okay.
So I think it's better to use the present perfect, please, just to tell the listener that I'm telling you now the most recent decision I have made. Okay, so a really important decision I've made, don't use abbreviations. As I told you, you have to say I have made, is to study abroad, which is the reason I am here taking this test day, which is the Duolingo exam. No one from my family has ever had, notice they're using it for present perfect. Notice how I stuck with the tense that is used in the prompt. The chance to study abroad before, and before is a keyword of the present perfect. My parents were actually hoping I would start training to become a doctor as soon as I graduated. But absolutely, I have to, please don't forget that you have to use my like variety of structures of sentences, variety of vocab, and don't repeat any vocab, please. You have to use
Yes.
synonyms, antonyms, definitions, and examples all the time. Absolutely, I have to use transition words as much as I can. And I cannot neglect the conjunctions, the coordinated conjunctions and the subordinated conjunctions. But in fact, okay, I do not think I want to practice medicine. I really want to study marketing, especially digital marketing, and I want to learn about different cultures. You have to consider the punctuation marks. Absolutely. If we have a comma, you have to stop talking for only 1 second. If there is a full stop, you have to stop talking for 2 seconds, please. Now, this is conditionals. If I study digital marketing in Canada, okay, I can learn how to do business in this new digital area, which is, of course, very competitive and fast moving. As for whether it was the right decision, I am pretty confident it was. And I am really looking forward to broadening to widen my experience and meeting new people in Canada. I am going to do my best to finish my university course, and I will go back to my country with new ideas that will help me get a good job. So, this is the conclusion. Anyway, that is an important decision that I have taken, the present perfect in my life. Okay?
Okay.
So, please Don't rush the things up, as I told you, and do not repeat anything you have already said. Stop speaking if you want for 1 or 2 seconds to gather yourself, but don't repeat. Okay?
Mhm.
Now to the next question. Okay. Okay.
A really important decision I've
Okay, the next answer, we are going to listen to the sample answer. I'm not going to read it, okay?
Mm.
So this is the sample answer of the question number 1. Now let's skip that to show you question number 2. So question number 2.
Describe a school subject that you did not like in the past, but you like now. What made you change your mind? Describe a school subject that you did not like in the past, but you like now. What made you change your mind? Describe a school subject that you did not like in the past, but you like now. What made you change your mind?
Is the question clear?
Yeah, okay.
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 Mhm.
The most subject that I was hated when I was a student is philosophy because it contains a lot of s- a lot of lectures, boring lectures. When I choose my major in university, I feel like so confused because I have to study the philosophy and the subjects uh, that I already had in school.
Mm.
Now I prefer this subject, and I love when I read something related on philosophy because it's related on our life and it's related on our life and how people act, and it speaks about the behaviors like subconscious mind, conscious mind, behaviors. So for this reason, now I love this subject, and I prefer to read and to do my own research on philosophy.
Amazing. Okay. You took 1 minute and 55 seconds to speak the answer up. I didn't want to specify the time for you because I needed to practice. I needed to speak Malak. Okay?
Okay.
Amazing. That's amazing. Now I'm going to show you the mistakes that you've made. And please, every mistake we are discussing, keep it in your mind and avoid repeating the mistakes that
Yes.
you make. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. You said related in philosophy. Okay. Keep in mind, please, Malak, if you want to use relate, the preposition after relate is not in.
Mm.
It's what?
On.
It's to. Related
Okay.
to. Okay?
Okay.
Yeah, you have to be careful of using the correct prepositions, please, because they are really important. Okay. And you said, I have to study because I have to study philosophy. I have to study philosophy. Do you feel that we have something wrong in this sentence? I have to study philosophy.
Studying.
Nope, absolutely. Have to is correct. After have to, I have to use the infinitive, which is verb 0. Yes, it's completely correct. I'm talking about the tense now.
Okay. I think because The studying is finished.
Yes, you have to say what?
I was.
I had to.
I
What
had
is,
to.
yes, what
Mm,
is the
I
past
had
of have to? Had
Yeah, I
to,
have to.
please. So be careful, or you have to consider the correct tense. This is extremely important. In the beginning, Malak, you said the most subject, the most subject. That I'm not going to say it because you have to do it. Okay. The most subject I chose. Can I say such a sentence? The most what, Malak?
I think I said the most subject that I hate.
Uh-huh. This is what you said?
Yeah,
Okay, so if you
it
said like,
was
no, okay,
philosophy.
yeah, you have to say
Yes,
was without it. The most subject I really hate was, and you have to complete talking. How can I read this verb, Malak?
choose.
Okay, choose is this. This is choose, which is in the present tense. If you want to use it in the past, you have to be careful, not only about writing the word or the verb, but also you have to consider the pronunciation. Let me write this word and let me show you the correct pronunciation of choose in the past. Okay, let me write it down and please listen to the pronunciation of this word, which is the past of choose.
chose,
Again,
chose,
again.
chose,
And the present is,
Choose.
wait,
choose,
okay?
choose,
So choose and chose,
Okay.
chose,
okay?
Okay, so the past is choose, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's exactly. So the most subject that I chose in the past, or I hate in the past, was this, and this,
Okay.
okay? So please, you have to consider these mistakes because absolutely they are really important. Now I think I have to show you the sample answer, but we have to listen now to the sample answer. Please, you have to listen carefully because you have to compare this sample answer to the answer that you have spoken. Yeah, okay, this is it.
When I was a school student, like everyone else, I had to study a lot of subjects. I enjoyed most of them, but there was one that I really didn't like, and that was history. I think the reason was that I disliked the teaching method of my teacher. To be completely frank with you, he was a lazy teacher. All he did was copy words and facts from our course book to the board, and made us write down what he wrote. There was no actual teaching involved. He then would tell us that we had to memorize all the information if we didn't want to receive a low grade for his subject. It was awful. When I was in my early 20s, I watched a film about Roman history. The film was about how the Romans invented things like bridges, roads, stadiums, and lots of other important things. I really enjoyed the film and realized that history is not as dull as I originally thought. After watching that film, I began reading more about history, watching documentaries, and even going to museums. I'm completely fascinated with history now.
Okay,
Okay.
Malak. So
Yeah.
this is it. Notice that this is the best sample answer. Now let me show you question number 3.
Nowadays, more and more people live non-active lives. Why do you think this is? What are the problems associated with this? Nowadays, more and more people live non-active lives. Why do you think this is? What are the problems associated with this? Nowadays, more and more people live non-active lives. Why do you think this is? What are the problems associated with this?
I didn't heard the first sentence. None of people what?
Okay, let me repeat the recording because we are practicing, okay?
Okay.
Nowadays, more and more people live non-active lives. Why do you think this is? What are the problems associated with this? Nowadays, more and more people live non-active lives. Why do you think this is? What are the problems associated with this? Nowadays, more and more people live non-active lives. Why do you think this is? What are the problems associated with this?
So, is everything okay now? He said more and more people live what?
Of
Non-active
people.
life. Non-active. Non-active life. So more and more people live non-active life.
He means that they are lazy or something like that.
No, not active is they are not active with other people. They are not sociable. Maybe they
Communication.
not only communication, but maybe dealing with people like working, maybe in the college, at school, or at work, any place. It's okay.
Okay, so I have to use the present simple. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. You have to talk in general. Yes, thank you for asking this question. Okay?
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So communication is very important in our society. Everyone needs to be active and communicate with other person. But after Corona, everything was changed. People stay in their homes, so that affects on us and affects on our society. Okay. But there are a lot of people that are active and love to communicate with other people, especially during their work or when they going together, for example, to the restaurant or to do some activities. Communication, it's very important for people because it helps us to be more comfortable and reduce stress, and helps us a lot. So society needs to be active and to be more the society needs people to be active because it affects the economic states of the country or the whole world, and on the tourist
Malak,
too.
Malak, we notice that some people are non-active. They are not active like other people. Okay? Why, Malak?
It's because their personalities, they don't like to be active.
Okay, why? Why don't they want to be active like the other people? What happened? What are the reasons?
Maybe someone has had a trauma. He doesn't like to be active or to communicate with others.
Can you give me an example?
On that people?
Yeah, an example about a person who is a non-active one.
Okay, for example, my friends, my friend, she's not active because when she was a kid, someone someone act with her on bad situation or doing bad thing with her, and now she's not active like me, for example.
So this is
Mm.
it. Please, Malak, you have to mention the reasons. You have to give a certain example. Okay?
Okay.
Exactly, because this is the prompt. This is the main question of the prompt. By the way, I
Mm.
know that you are practicing. Thank you so much. Now, absolutely, it's my job now just to show you the mistakes that you have made. So let me go back to the Word file and let me mention that. Okay, you said stay in the homes, in their homes, sorry. Stay in their homes. Wait. Do you feel that we have something wrong, Malak?
Yeah, stay at their homes.
Yeah, stay at home. Okay, exactly. So all the time, if you want to use home, use the preposition at. But with house, you have to say in the house.
Mm.
Okay? Be careful about the
Okay.
prepositions because sometimes they are confusing. Okay. You said next when they going together, when they going together. When they going together, do you feel that there was something missing, like auxiliary verb?
They are.
Yeah, exactly. So the auxiliary is missing. I cannot say they going. They are
Mm.
going. They were going. Okay, they must go, for example. But if you want to mention the model, but you have to mention the auxiliary. Okay,
Okay.
I cannot use the verb, any verb. I cannot add ing to a certain verb without mentioning the auxiliary. Because any verb, if you want to add ing, it will become a noun, not a
Mm.
verb. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. Then you said next, communication. It is, you said it's, you have to say it is very important. What do you think?
Is without it.
This is it. I noticed, Malak, that you are mentioning the subject twice. Why
Mm.
did you do that? Please, the subject should be mentioned only once. If you want to mention the subject later in a new sentence, you have to use the
Yeah.
pronoun.
Mm.
Okay? You did the same when you said my friend. When you said my friend, you paused 1 second. Then you said she is not active.
Mm.
So here we have the same mistake.
Yeah.
So please, you said my friend. My friend, notice that friend is the subject and she is another subject. I cannot mention two subjects in the
Yeah. Okay.
next to each other when they are mentioning the same noun. This is something wrong.
Mm.
Okay?
Okay.
Uh, okay. So these are the most important mistakes you've made. Please, you have to avoid them. Now, I think it's the time just to show you the sample answer. So let's listen and please compare the sample answer with yours.
Living a non-active life is becoming more and more common these days, even though there are a large number of sports facilities and government campaigns. The main problems caused by an inactive lifestyle are obesity and back pain. Actually, I have suffered with back pain, and it is awful. It's a well-known fact that long periods of physical inactivity raise the risk of becoming overweight and obese. This is because you burn fewer calories and easily gain weight when you don't move or exercise often. Also, posture and back problems are associated with leading a non-active life. Sitting for long periods causes serious back pain, and this can have long-lasting problems. All in all, leading a non-active lifestyle causes a lot of health problems, including obesity and spinal issues. I suggest people start exercising and going outside more often. For the past 3 years, I've been doing 20 minutes of yoga every day, and it has helped me overcome my back pain.
So notice, Malak, how I mentioned the reasons, how I mentioned the problems and how I mentioned some examples. Please, this is really important. This is exactly what you have to say in the prompt, answering the prompt. Okay? And if you notice that all the time, at the end of my speaking, I have to mention a conclusion.
Yeah.
Okay, Malak?
Okay.
So this is it. We still have time. I think we can complete the practicing. So let me show you another question and be careful this time. Let me play question number 4.
Global warming is one of the biggest threats humans face in the 21st century. What problems are associated with this? Global warming is one of the biggest threats humans face in the 21st century. What problems are associated with this? Global warming is one of the biggest threats humans face in the 21st century. What problems are associated with this?
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so global warming is a big problem right now in our world. It affects in our life, on everything, on the weather and especially on the weather. I don't know. I don't have information about the
Why?
global
It's something general. What are the causes of global warming? Like what, for example?
pollution.
Yeah,
Pollution.
exactly. Pollution. What else? Give me some
Heat.
examples about pollution. Car fumes, for
Mm,
example, the wastes from factories.
yeah.
Yeah, so this is okay. These are the causes. Now, what are the effects?
Cancer, health
Exactly.
issues.
Yeah, especially for respiratory system.
Mm.
Okay, now give me 1 or 2 examples.
So on the health issues.
Mm-hmm, yes.
For example, my uncle had cancer
Mm-hmm,
because he works at a car station.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, and there is a lot of pollution and issues on this
Amazing.
station. Yeah.
Amazing. This is a good example. Or maybe you can mention a general example, like a certain city like Mumbai, for example, or a certain city in India or something like that. So this is it. This is
Mm.
exactly what you have to say, Malak. Okay?
Yeah. Okay.
So please don't say that I cannot answer this question. You have to try.
Mm. And the
Oh,
conclusion will be like what?
the conclusion, conclude yourself.
Can I give like advice or something?
Yes, a piece of advice. Recommendation, for example. I
Okay.
suggest, I think, I recommend.
Mm.
Yes, if absolutely, if the prompt is talking about you or someone else. But if the prompt is in general, like global warming, I cannot say I suggest that we have to stop. Come on, you have to give a general recommendation, a
Mm.
general piece of advice.
The government will
Ah,
be
yes, exactly. So the
mm.
government, for example, should maybe try to do something just to help
Raise
to
awareness.
stop